All right, happy Tuesday night, everybody. Welcome on into the Raiderland World Headquarters. Glad you are hanging out with us this evening. Everybody going to get on the United Supermarkets and Market Street chat line tonight. Whether you're talking Texas Tech football, Dallas Cowboys, your favorite local diners, drive-ins, and I'm not going to say the diet. I can't say that. Cafes, burger joints, all that stuff. Yeah, Tuesday's best. Your two favorite local little joints that nobody else has where they live. What are the favorite ones where you call home? All right, so jump in on that tonight. Thanks to United Supermarkets chat line. Everybody gets in. It's easy to do, whether you're with us on Facebook at Ryan Hyatt Media, on Twitter X at Ryan Hyatt, or pardon me, on Facebook, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland, on Twitter X at Ryan Hyatt Media, and then on YouTube. Everybody ought to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Free. Don't miss a thing. Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. Easy to do. You give us thumbs up, hearts, let everybody know you're ready to rock and roll. James is already in on Facebook. He's got the thumbs up going. That goes all the way back to the old days on Periscope, where you get thumbs up and everything was good. Periscope rocked. They took it away from us. But hey, we still got you today. Multiple platforms all across, all dimensions of the universe these days. We got you taken care of tonight. So we want to hear from you on a variety of subjects. Let's get it going in 3 and 2. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt. Raiderland.com started you today. Their question of the day, Tuesday's best. Raiderland hot links, the freshest, hottest links from around Raiderland and beyond. We figure if we like it, you're going to like it too. Hope you guys enjoy this. We had fun putting them together. Brought to you tonight by Ultra Exteriors here in Lubbock, Texas. The recent storms in the spring and summer, they did a number on your roof, siding, windows, all that stuff messed up. Warren Taylor can handle that. His quality control director, Hudson Taylor. Hud Taylor will get you taken care of. But you need to call Warren Taylor there at Ultra Exteriors. One-stop shopping service for everything you need. And if you want to do like interior remodeling too, not just exterior. I mean, maybe your roof shot, you got new windows, and hey, we've been thinking about doing a bathroom, maybe a kitchen. Well, they can do all that for you and everything else at Ultra Exteriors. Also brought to you by South Plains College in Levelland. The road to Raiderland runs through Levelland. A lot of great Texas Tech Red Raiders started off as great Texans. Find out what they do. They're enrolling now for the fall. Hey, maybe it's your college-aged, kid. Maybe it's you. Maybe you're looking for adult education class, just something cool to do. Like, I don't know, maybe you want to learn how to cook. Maybe you want to learn how to weld. You woke up one day last week, like our man Joe, and he says, good evening. And I said, Joe, good evening. I said, Joe, would you like to learn how to weld? Well, you can go to South Plains College. They are great sponsors of this program. So let's get it going tonight. Thanks to Ultra Exteriors, South Plains College, United Supermarkets and Market Street, the supermarket that supports Texas Tech, puts their name on things at Texas Tech versus another supermarket chain here in town that takes your money, sends it downstate, and puts it on things in places like the state capitol. Periscope might have been ahead of its time. I really think it was. I think the Periscope app was ahead of its time going back about 10 years or so ago in what it did in enabling, you to get on there and broadcast. And we utilized our phone technology back then. That's all we did. We used our smart phone, and I think it was Periscope played a huge role in the modern, and I say modern, in today's media landscape in a big way. I'm going to tell you a real quick story, and then we'll get Texas Tech football keeping a 4-star recruit at home. They don't always do that. Joey McGuire, Texas Tech. Oh, wait, they're not going to be able to get high school recruits. They can only do the portal. No, they get a 4-star staying home. Jerry Jones. Why do you guys keep supporting him? And then your favorite local cafes, diners, burger joints, stuff like that. Got to be local, but they can have multiple locations in the locality. We'll play fast and loose. All right. So Periscope had a huge impact on the career of a major media personality today, going back about 10 years ago. It was really kind of where I didn't necessarily discover Periscope, but realized how it could be utilized, the reach it had, and what we could do within media, within sports media. So I watched this cat doing these Periscope broadcasts. He'd jump on during the day, and he had a radio show at the time and was doing different stuff. And I'm like, all right, we can do this. David Collier came at 28. We started utilizing Periscope and everything else, and it kind of grew into a little bit what we're doing today. But the guy I'm talking about Clay Travis. I don't think anybody did a better job with Periscope reaching college football sports fans and otherwise across the country, and going from kind of a regional guy to a national guy who now hosts the most powerful radio show in America with Buck Sexton each day from 11 to 2 our time. And it was the Periscope app that created that force that really elevated Clay Travis, and it elevated it to a national radio show, sports side. Then it elevated beyond that, and now he's doing what he's doing. So yeah, Periscope, James, might have been ahead of its time. Chris, building that West Texas firewall. Talking about the recruitment of Chase Campbell, 4-star receiver out of Frenship. Now, got a little in on that, as mom senior women's administrator out at Texas Tech. That's cool. But that hadn't always guaranteed that you were going to get people in West Texas or keep some of the best out of Lubbock and West Texas. We have used the term over the years, win West Texas first. That you've got to get every great player out of West Texas. And today you get probably the best football player in Chase Campbell committed to Texas Tech. And what I find interesting here is that a lot of people have been saying, yeah, well, they're not going to be able to recruit in the high schools, They're spending all their money, all their cap money, Jerry Jones. They're spending all that money on those transfers, and they don't care about it. All right, we'll see. But he's staying home, and that's huge. All right, you guys jump in. Let's get your thoughts, comments, questions coming in. I have this question for Cowboy fans. Why don't you fire Jerry Jones? You can fire Jerry Jones. All right. Today, Micah Parsons will give you some of his comments in his press conference. Not really a press conference, so a media availability, talking to the folks that are out there at Oxnard. And some of his quotes today. But why do Dallas Cowboy fans put up with Jerry Jones? I want to hear from the Cowboy fans tonight, because you can absolutely fire him. You can take the oxygen out of the room. You can do it. Why aren't you willing to do it? And then Tuesday's best, your two favorite, local, got to be local, non-chain. They can have maybe 1 or 2 locations in your town or right around your area. But your burger joints, cafes, your diners, getting real close to Guy Fieri. And I don't want to, get sued by Guy or anything, saying diners, drive-ins, and cafeterias. But give me some of the local ones, some of the ones from burgers to meatloaf, chicken fried steak, great breakfast. What are the best local ones? From Burger House over there on 50th Street in Lubbock, just east of University. What do you got for me? Doc's Cafeteria in Lubbock, down there on 34th by Coronado. That place, old school, awesome. You got all these little burger places, little places like that. We used to have the Dixie Dogs around here. Not many left. I don't think there are many left. If you got a Dixie Dog in your location, celebrate it. James, Jumbo Joe's in Plainview and Rajino Barbecue in Olton, great local restaurants. All right, so Rajino Barbecue is beyond a little diner, beyond a little place. Rajino's elevated above that. Jumbo Joe's, you got them in Lubbock, you got them in different places. We'll give them a little bit. Jumbo Joe's is darn near a chain. We're getting close to chain area with Jumbo Joe's. James, I've been to Jerry World several times, but never for football. All right, so you're doing your part to try not to enable him, but he's already fleeced the taxpayers of Arlington. Which truly, if I had to have a guy who was in charge of marketing, branding, and fleecing taxpayers, 100% Jerry Jones would be my guy. Absolutely. Chris, yeah, I'm done with the Cowboys until the Jones family divests itself from the organization. So probably forever, and you're probably right, with Steven and then Jerry Jones' grandson. And Yeah, you only got about another 75 years or so. If you live another 75 years, you got a chance. The only Cowboy games I will watch this year are the Chiefs game. Let me see if I've got the quote. Do I have it on this one or not? From Micah Parsons today. Nope, I got to go over here. Hold on. Don't anybody panic. Dangerous business right now. This is from DallasCowboys.com, and I'm going to tell you why this is important here in just a second, and why it proves my point about Jerry Jones. Speaking of things both sides want to see, Jerry Jones talked about leadership being one of the things he looks for from players seeking long-term big money extensions on Monday. Parsons hasn't shown up at training camp to use that as a calling card to push a deal to get done, and is instead waiting around. Wanting to be around his new coaching staff and help his younger players. Nah, I think they've got their timeline, Parsons said, or when they want to get things done. At any given time, they can get things done. So I don't think that helps. But here's the quote from Parsons. I'm doing this for myself and my teammates. This isn't for Jerry. This isn't for Steven. This is for guys like Trayvon Diggs. This is to help guys like, Donovan and Sam Williams, guys I know I can get better just by being here and being there for them. It was on DallasCowboys.com. We'll get to that in a minute. Why that proves the point I think I'm going to make. And by the way, you guys can fire Jerry Jones. You know how, right? You know how to fire him, right? Alan, 1% chance Parsons and Diggs will be Cowboys next season. Probably so. Alan gets on our YouTube channel, Ryan Heights Raiderland. If you have not subscribed, it's easy. And everybody watching on YouTube, hey, even if you don't comment or whatever, just hit like, hit share, and do that. DallasCowboys.com, owned by the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones values drama more than wins. He values drama and attention. He values the comments he made yesterday, running down Dak Prescott and running down Micah Parsons, drawing in headlines, drawing in drama, more than that. But here's the problem. You guys make it possible because you guys give it oxygen as fans, and you guys care. And you do, because the ratings prove it, the ticket sales prove it, and the merchandise sales and everything else. You guys give them the oxygen, not me. If I talk about it and you guys don't care, and one of the reasons I talk about it is because you guys care. Oh, yeah, every time I talk about the Cowboys, you guys get fired up. Why don't you fire him? The Cubs fans finally fired the Tribune Company years ago because the Tribune Company in Chicago realized they had an ATM machine in Wrigley Field, and it didn't matter if they put a winning team out there or not. Show the games on TV, get people in Lubbock, Texas watching, drive ad results, get people coming to the games. Oh, we don't have to spend any money on the players. They're just actors. Well, that's who the Cowboys players are now. They're actors in the drama that is the Dallas Cowboys, because you go to the game, because you go to Jerry World. He fleeces the taxpayers, and then he creates the drama like this. Why do you allow it to happen if you're a real Dallas Cowboy fan? Timbo is, I guess, maybe in Austin. I don't know. Gave up on the Cowboys when they fired Tom Landry. Pancake House, still quality. Pancake House down there, downtown Lubbock. Did you really give up on the Cowboys, though? Do you watch? You say you give up, but every time you turn your TV on, Alan, the Cowboys are like the NBA. The most interesting things happen off the field. Yeah, it's a man's soap opera. The NBA is a men's soap opera, 100%. The people who really care about the NBA don't really care about what goes on the court, as Alan says. They care more about the salacious details off the court, who's doing what, this and that, everything else. It is 100% a drama off the court, off the field. And that's who the Cowboys are. And that's why Jerry Jones has this on DallasCowboys.com. That's why he allows that. That's why he creates this. That's why you have Hard Knocks. That's what it's all about. But I get back to the idea again. hear all these Cowboy fans that say you hate Jerry Jones and you can't stand this, and why isn't he paying Micah Parsons and blah, blah, blah. You're paying for it. Why are you paying for it? Why do you enable? Why do you think people, or if you don't, then say, well, I'm not one of those Cowboy fans, but I know people who are, and they buy the jerseys and they still buy the stuff and they do all that, and they're ride or die. They're die-hard Dallas Cowboy fans, man. Die-hard Dallas Cowboy fans. Where's that getting you? That's stupid. I've used the reference so many times, I feel like I'm repeating myself, and I am. You didn't go to the University of Dallas Cowboys. You have no loyalty to them. They are merely a restaurant that serves food that if you like it, you should go there. But how many of you have ever had a restaurant that you liked, and then when they quit serving good food and the service got really bad, you said, by God, I'm a diehard on this thing. I'm not going to quit going. I don't care how bad the food and the service is. I'm a fan of this restaurant. And the restaurant's probably a lot cheaper than the Cowboys are to be a fan of. The Texas Tech Lady Raiders are in the World University Games in Germany. They beat Finland today in middle round play. Finland was undefeated. They beat them 77-62. They are on to take on Hungary, just the basketball team, not the whole country. That would be wrong. Wednesday for a spot in the gold medal game. The coolest thing about this is this team is getting to work out together, practice together, and play together at a time when most teams are not. The second coolest thing is, no. The first cool thing is they've got USA across the front. They got a double T on the shorts, and they're representing America. They're kicking butt, and they're doing good. That's the first thing. Something that if you told me that 35 years ago or whenever, when I was first covering Texas Tech Lady Raider basketball and doing some play-by-play, that the actual Lady Raiders would represent the USA in international competition, be like, this is too cool. That's the coolest thing. Second coolest thing is they're getting better. And they're doing this without, I believe, for international players on the roster who are expected to play a big role. That's good. So they get Hungary Wednesday for a spot in the gold medal game. So I guess now the worst thing they can do if they're doing that is play for a bronze medal, which means that's still pretty good internationally. Your favorite local diners, little drive-ins like Ms. Ann's, cafes, little cafes, roadside cafes, got that chicken fried steak, not chains, not nothing else like that. Little burger place, little breakfast place. Your hometown, and I know we got people watching and enjoying the show well beyond the outskirts of Lubbock, Texas, here on Tuesday, July 22nd at 6:48. I know you're out there. If you've never commented, give me your favorite places. What are they? Joseph gets in. Joe knocking on that door on Facebook at Ryan Heights Raiderland on Facebook. If you follow us on Facebook, but you hadn't hit, follow or subscribe or whatever it is on Facebook, please do that for our people on Facebook. We've got scans of you. George is on 4th and Slide. I like the Georges on 82nd, West 82nd out near the Brownfield Highway. Fantastic. Jackrabbit Cafe in Rawls. As long as the Cowboys have the prime TV slots, Jones will be relevant. He's like Hefner in Playboy. That disturbs me to no end right there. He's like Hefner in Playboy, and I don't want to know the link, the connection. I do want to know a little bit more about the Jackrabbit Cafe in Rawls. What do we got going on there? And the reason the Cowboys get prime slots is because you guys watch. He's a great Red Raider. He can sell you some ranch land, Middleton and Sons. George's and Post. Holly's Drive-In, Sweet Cherry Lime. The Sweet Cherry Lime, Limeade or Sweet Cherry Lime? Hold on. George's and Post. That's different from the one I was thinking. There's another George's like in Crosbyton that looks like it's Greek lettering, but George's and Post. I think I stopped at Holly's maybe like 20 years ago, maybe. Here's the problem. Don't take this personally, Ben. Here's the problem. Post suffers from a problem in a location of Lubbock from the standpoint that when I'm headed out of town or come back to town, as I'm going out of town, like I've already stopped somewhere, you know, and I got to keep going. Or you get to post, depending on what time it is, and you're like, I just got to get home. And you go, I want to stop there. I want to eat there. I want to get that. I mean, that kills you on the deal there with bold gold antelopes on grabbing some victuals and grabbing a bite. It's just far enough out of town. It's just close enough to town that you just like, I got to keep going. There you get the idea. I thought there was another, maybe. And I don't know why this reminds me of this, Ben. You will. Oh no, it's not that I don't want to stop. It's just like I got to keep going. You know, close to home. This reminds me, and I don't know why I just thought of this. So in 1989, Texas Tech is playing in the All-American Bowl. They're in Birmingham, Alabama. Spike's doing a press conference promoting the bowl and everything. And he's like, well, my gosh, you know, I mean, certainly you can, I mean, everybody can just, you know, get in the car and go. There's only one stoplight between here and Birmingham, Alabama, you know, and it's in post. And somebody said, Coach, they got two stoplights. And Spike literally went from being kind of funny and just kind of cracking a joke to, why? Like, totally, you know, why? That was in 89. I don't know why I remember that. It was right after they put in the second stoplight. And me and my buddy Mark Hendrick, the day before, we got about as far as Slayton, about 10 o'clock that night, thinking we were going to drive all the way to Birmingham, Alabama and go to that bowl game. We got to about Slayton that night. It was cold, and we was broke, and we were like, this may not be the smartest thing we've ever done. And we turned around and went back to Lubbock. I still think about that every time I think about the All-American Bowl or Spike talking about post. You got two now? Why? Tech football gets another high-profile recruit, this time Chase Campbell out of Frenship. Does it surprise you? It shouldn't. But it hasn't always happened. And a lot of good local players over the last 20, 25 years have gone elsewhere. You're keeping some talent home. This is a good thing. Your favorite local diners, driving some hamburger joints, different places, whatever it may be, everything from breakfast to unit. What's the best place, either in your hometown or here in Lubbock or wherever? And why can't you Cowboy fans quit Jerry Jones? Why can't you do it? Why can't you fire him? James Feldman's across the street from WT. I'll have to ask my son about that. See if he knows about Feldman's. What's good about Feldman's there, James? What are they doing there? Like burgers, just general stuff, everything. Sound convinced right now in Lubbock that we have dearth of, we got some good breakfast places, but it seems like we don't have a whole lot of them. We got George's, which I think is a great breakfast place. Tech Cafe, I know a lot of people like Tech Cafe, but somebody mentioned the Pancake House downtown. It just seems like back in the day we had more little diners, more little places, more little breakfast places. Now, don't have that. I know we can't count this. Like 25 years ago where I was living, there was a cafeteria that served breakfast like 2 blocks from the house. You go there and get eggs, and oh man, so good. Chicken fried steak is great. That's all I need to know about the place now, about Feldman's across from WT. Chicken fried steak is good. Everything else is probably going to fall in line, you know? But if you got that going for you, that's another thing I think right now in Lubbock specifically. I don't know that Lubbock is a great chicken fried steak place right now. If it is, I'd love to be corrected. But I firmly believe as we sit here in 2025 that Lubbock doesn't have a lot of great chicken fried steak places. And it should. Lubbock should have like 8 or 9 great steakhouses 8 or 9 great places to get chicken fried steak. Darren talking Red Zone. Good little breakfast. I miss Mother's out on the Idalou Highway. The worst thing they ever did was try to open up one up in Lubbock proper. They tried to, where was it? It was the old, okay, it was place on Slide in the Loop that I think had been Guardski's for a while, and then they tried to turn it into the Mother's, and it was a horrible idea. Red Zone, and then All American Eatery. All American Eatery over there on Tioga Highway. Was that 82nd Street, whatever over there? Name a lot of stuff after Texas Tech folks. Or kind of a sandwich and a burger place. Jan's jumping in on Facebook. Christakis pastrami burgers. Honeycomb pie shop for a Reuben sandwich. I have got to get to Honeycomb. How many days we got left in the month? We got a week and 2 days. I need to go to Honeycomb. I'm going to put out the word to my friends like Chet Hasty, some other folks out there. We're going to go over there. We're going to get down our Reuben sandwich because my favorite sandwich is a Reuben sandwich. Chris, Bears Burger and Dogs in Canyon is good. I don't know if I've eaten there or not. That sounds kind of familiar. Home Plate Diner. Left town a long time ago when it sold. They did that flip with Amarillo ownership and everything. But yeah, original Home Plate Diner back in the day. Curly fries, chicken fried steak, popcorn shrimp. James, would Cuban be a better owner than Jones for the Cowboys? No. Cuban was actually worse than Jones. Cuban squandered more. Cuban wanted just to be friends. And he's done less with more than Jerry Jones did. Now, Cuban got him to fleece out of the Reunion Arena and build a nice new arena there in Dallas. And he fleeced taxpayers just like Jerry Jones, but he's giving you less. No, Cuban's dumber than Jerry Jones. Cuban's not a smart man. Yes, you do. Best Reuben I've ever had. The dressing, White Russian or Thousand Island? Or if we can choose it. Yeah, Cuban. No, Cuban, not a smart man. And actually, Mark Cuban now looks like Rachel Maddow. So, got that going for him. Burgers to breakfast, meatloaf to chicken fried steak, your favorite local diners, drive-ins, cafes. I'd say dives because I don't want to get in trouble with Guy Fieri. Even though we met briefly one time at Texas Motor Speedway as we were in what's called the Media Center, the Broadcast Center. I was coming into the Broadcast Center. He was coming out, and I mean, it's one of those times when the door opens and just people go whack, chest to chest, belly to belly. And you're like, first off, you say, "Hey, man, sorry about that." Then you're like, "Oh, Guy Fieri, yeah, well, love your chest. Thanks, man." And then he's off. Lasted that long. Got along great. Really good. Darren, best burger in San Angelo is Dunbar Cafe. Best chicken fry, Western Sky in San Angelo. I heard about Western Sky ever since we had San Angelo on as an affiliate for Ryan Heights Raiderland there on Talk 103.9 FM News, Money, and Sports in Lubbock a few years ago. Never been there, but I heard about Western Sky. So for our friends at San Angelo, one of these days, I'll have a reason to get down there. We'll go there. Cuban, the quintessential white dude for Harris. Yeah, 100%. And he's just not smart. Well, how did he make his money? Broadcast.com, first in line, online streaming, 1997. Yeah. Sold it for a mint, made a bunch of money, leveraged the money into other stuff. But he's not a good owner. He's not been a good owner. He's done less since when did he buy the Mavericks, 99, right around there. Is that about right? What year did they draft Dirk Diggler Nowitzki? 99? Well, they got one championship. Dion's Pizza on 82nd, great New York style. Again, chain, multiple locations, but yes, good New York style pizza. Although Domino's Pizza, Domino's.com, still the bomb on New York style. They really are. And I know people are like, well, how can it be better than what? No. Truly, Domino's Pizza, their New York style pizza is fantastic. They nailed it. It's great. Cuban is worthless. That's offensive to people who are actually worthless. So where's the best Reuben in the Hub City? Good question. We asked the question. Some people say Honeycomb. I don't know. It's not a small place. I do have to give credit where credit is due. I've had the Reuben there at Jersey Mike's a couple of times. It's really pretty good. No reason to hate on a chain. They're really, I really, Jersey Mike's, I give it up. Great stuff. Number 13, Mike's Wade, yeah. But the best Reuben in the Hub City? In the day, there was a time it was at Stella's, back when Stella's was on 50th Street. Today, I'm open for discussion. And if we can get out to Honeycomb, and I understand they got great pies there, we can maybe make that work, right? I mean, I can do a deal on Twitter and say, hey, we're going to Honeycomb on Wednesday or Tuesday the 29th for lunch. Everybody show up. You get nothing, but we're going to be there. Let's just overwhelm them. That'd be kind of fun. And we do what was it? We could do a flash mob, right? Is that a thing? Can we still? Probably not. All right. You guys are the best. Tomorrow, What If Wednesday, Alternate History Wednesday on the website in the morning. We'll have the question for the day for tomorrow. We'll see what else is going on. I want to thank our great sponsors, South Plains College and Levelland. The road to Raiderland runs through Levelland. Easy for me to say. Also, Ultra Exteriors, roof, siding, windows, bathroom remodels, pergola, whatever it is, they can make it happen for you. And all the communication brought to you by United Supermarkets in Market Street, the one grocery store that supports Texas Tech in town versus the others that send money down to Austin. Honeycomb does get a 4.7 star on the Reuben. I can make that work. Richard Christakis, great. Tommy's has been great for 50 years. Let's not leave out Bonus Burger as well. Yeah, Christakis. Maybe one of the hidden gems, right? I mean, we've done it before, like at Food Network or, whoever came to Lubbock. Where would you be sending them for signature type things? And I think Christakis would be on there. And I don't get over there near enough to take advantage of it. You got to be going there, right? Particularly from where I'm coming into town from southwest Lubbock. You got to be going there. If you enjoyed what we did, if you had a little fun tonight, do me a favor. Subscribe to all of our platforms. Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland on YouTube, and then hit like, share. Same thing on Facebook, and then our Twitter feed at Ryan Hyatt Media. We'll have this on the website here in a little bit, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. And if you could just put it on your social media feeds, invite your friends in, say, we have great conversation every single night, whether it's talking about Tech football, the Dallas Cowboys, food, music, fun, entertainment. This is what we do in Raiderland every night. It's why it's different, I think. It's why it's fun, I think. If this ain't fun, why are we doing it? And the great thing about it is we have amazing sponsors, and you guys take care of them. So we will see you tomorrow at the Raiderland.com.